What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to review the Elite Jumps Elite SRS Surge. Elite Jumps reached out to me via email and offered to send me this jump rope and their 3-pound jump rope for free if I'd provide a review to them and a review on the channel. It's taken me some time to get myself set up and to do a good review, to use this rope a few times, enough times to give what I would consider to be an adequate review. But this video will provide my thoughts and opinions on the Elite Jumps Surge. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. Thanks for your support. Let's do this. We'll start off with the pros. The first pro, if you consider this a pro, is that this rope, the handles don't weigh very much. For me, they're harder to perform double unders with this jump rope than with other jump ropes in my collection. Performing the 100 double under jump rope tests with this jump rope is much harder for me than performing 100 double unders with any of the jump ropes that I mentioned. And it's because these handles are lighter and there's not what I found to be good synergy and balance between the cord and the handles like there is with my other jump ropes. So that could be a pro if you want to apply more force in your motion with your wrists as you're turning the jump rope. It's not easy to do consecutive 100 double unders unbroken with this jump rope. I found it to be difficult. I was gassed afterwards. And earlier last week, I did 100 double unders with my RX Smart Gear Evo G2 with no problem at all. So it's not that I'm out of shape with double unders, it's that for me, this jump rope was a lot harder to execute double unders with. So if you want a challenge, if you want to work your arms more forcefully in your double under sets, then this jump rope could be good for you. Another pro is that this jump rope, and I believe other jump ropes of the same kind on Elite Jumps website, comes with a 1-year money-back guarantee warranty. So you do have to read more closely the fine print on their website. But anytime you have a warranty with a jump rope, I would consider it a pro, because you can test the jump rope out, see if you like it. Depending on what the warranty says, you can send it back. But remember to read the fine print. Always read the fine print, because there are different types of warranties. Companies have different types of warranties. Some of them are full, no questions asked, money back guarantee warranties. Others are warranties only, based on and surrounded by the product breaking. The last pro about this jump rope is that it comes with a minimalist bag. I don't have it with me, it's downstairs in my garage. But it does come with a bag. That's a nice addition if you don't want to throw it in your gym bag and you want to carry it efficiently. It's a decent bag. It comes with a bag. So it's always nice to have an addition to help you store your jump ropes and carry your jump ropes. The main con with this jump rope, I mentioned it during the pros, is that these handles for me are way too light. When I compare these handles, both the weight and the robustness with other double under jump ropes I have, there is no comparison. The other double under jump ropes I have, the Crossroad Bolt, both RX Smart Gears, even the Bullet Comp, those handles are more robust and there's more synergy and symbiosis between the handles and the cord. This jump rope, and I can't nail what the issue is, but it doesn't feel right, particularly during double unders. It does not feel like the handle and the rope interact in synergy for me. Maybe other people have a different opinion, but for me, it doesn't feel right, and there's not any symbiosis and synergy between the cord and the handles. And also the handles, while there is good spin time on the handles, they feel cheap to me, for lack of better words. They feel cheap. They don't feel robust. They don't feel like they can last for a very long time. They don't feel good in my hand. When I compare these handles to, say again, the Crossroad Bolt, the RX Smart Gear jump ropes that I mentioned, and even the Bullet Comp, those handles have a much more weighty and sure feel to them. They feel like they can last for a long time. They feel like they're not going to break under pressure, and they provide a lot of feedback. These handles don't weigh a lot. They don't provide that robust feel that I'm looking for, particularly in a double under jump rope, because in double unders you have to turn the rope twice instead of once, and you need a certain amount of weightiness to the handles and robustness to the handles to make them feel good in your hand. Price to value. Full disclosure, I did not pay for this jump rope. This jump rope was sent to me completely free of charge. Elite Jumps paid for the shipping. They did not charge me for this jump rope. So I got this jump rope free of charge. But this jump rope, at the time of this recording, is being sold on Elite Jumps website for $48.99. I would give that a 3 out of 5 for price to value. And I think 3 out of 5 is being generous, because I keep going back to the lack of robust feel and the lack of weight with these handles, and also the lack of synergy between the cord and the handles. And I think 3 of 5 at $49 is generous. Weight and a lack of weight doesn't do it for me. And I think that a rope that feels, for lack of better words, this cheap for me while I'm executing double unders should probably be worth around $20. So for price to value, I'll be generous and give this jump rope a 3 out of 5 jumps. Versatility, I give the Elite Jumps Surge a 2 out of 5 for versatility, because of the lack of weight in the handles and the lack of feedback. There's not much that you can do with this jump rope aside from double unders, and double unders are even difficult to perform with this jump rope because of the lack of weight in this jump rope. You're not going to be able to do very easily and very effectively conventional jumps. And when I say conventional jumps, what I'm referring to is jump roping where the rope goes under you one time. This rope is specifically designed for multiple unders, so double unders, triple unders, and above. Because it's specially designed for double unders, it already has a difficult time being a more versatile rope like an Elite SRS Pro Freestyle or a Buddy Lee type rope. But because of the lack of weight, the versatility decreases further. There are double under jump ropes on the market, such as the Crossroad Bolt and the RX Smart Gear Evo G2, that I've found, while they are primarily designed for performing double unders, because they have a robust feel, because they provide feedback, and because they have more weight to them, you can easily perform conventional jumps alongside the multiple unders. So for versatility, I give the Surge 2 out of 5 jumps. Ease of use. This is where this jump rope takes significant hits, and I have to rate ease of use 1 out of 5. I don't want to do that, but it's hard for me not to. The problem with this rope that I found is in the setup. Anytime you have a rope that is difficult right out of the box to set up, what you are going to encounter is friction. We're all designed to take the path of least resistance, especially for activities like exercise, where our default nature is to not want to exercise. So if you have a jump rope that is difficult to set up, it's going to introduce friction into the process. And once you introduce friction into a process that you already don't want to undertake, it makes it that much harder to undertake that process. And that's what I found with this jump rope. This jump rope, in order to size it, which I had to size it because it's 10 feet long, you have to, if you take a good look at this, find a screwdriver if you don't already have one, in order to adjust. So I did happen to have a tiny screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver that I could use to adjust. So if you don't have one of these though, and these are not common, most of the time they come with a larger tool set, you have to go out and you have to buy one. So that's the first step of the friction. The next step of the friction is that you have to cut this cord, because this jump rope handle comes up to the stopper here, which is attached to the Phillips head screw. And if you don't cut this with a wire cutter, it's not going to cut with scissors. If you don't cut this with a wire cutter, you're going to have a tremendous amount of excess rope that will render it impossible to perform any jump executions with. So you have to find or buy a pair of wire cutters and cut the rope. So that's 2 steps that you have to endure in order to get this to the point where you can take your first jump rope execution with this jump rope. So I don't like friction along those lines. There are some people who don't mind doing that, but because there are so many jump ropes on the market where it is ready essentially to jump right out of the box, having a jump rope that has additional steps out of the box just to get it to the point where it is ready to use is a problem for me. Maybe not for other people, but it's a problem for me. And also, in the ease of use rating, we also want to look at performance and how easy it is to use the jump rope once it's set up to your size, once you've cut away the excess cord and you've performed all the procedures necessary to ensure the rope is ready to use. Because, and I keep going back to it, but it's the central theme to why I think this jump rope is lacking in many areas. The lack of weight in the handles, the lack of feedback makes this jump rope much more difficult to use than other jump ropes in its same class. And when I say its same class, I'm referring to jump ropes that are specifically designed and engineered for multiple under repetitions, double unders, triple unders, and so forth. So ease of use, I have to give this jump rope a 1 out of 5 jumps because of all the reasons I stated in this section of the video. For quality, I'll give this jump rope a 3 out of 5 jumps, primarily because, again, I keep going back to the lack of weight and the lack of robustness, and also the lack of synergy between the cord and the handle. 3 out of 5, I think, is a good rating for that. Now, the handles themselves, they do have corrugation on them in order to ensure that you maintain proper grip. That's not a problem with this jump rope. I never felt during my double under executions that my hands were going to slip off the handles. That's been a problem for other jump ropes that I've had, particularly double under jump ropes that I have, especially in hot, humid weather. You're not going to run into that problem, at least in my opinion, with this jump rope. But the lack of weight, the lack of robust feel, I give this jump rope a 3 out of 5 jumps for quality. Thank you very much for tuning into today's video. I also want to thank Elite Jumps for sending me this jump rope and their 3-pound jump rope, which I'm going to review as well. Elite Jumps, back when I first started jumping rope in 2018, they were called Elite SRS. They have been one of my favorite jump rope companies that I have continued to purchase jump ropes from. One of my favorite jump ropes of all time, the Elite SRS Pro Freestyle. It's one of the first freestyle jump ropes I ever bought when I first started jumping more than 7 years ago, and I just used it today. Actually, I use it regularly during my jump rope exercises and during my jump rope repetitions. So I want to thank them for continuing to keep me in mind, for keeping the relationship open. And I want to thank them for sending me this jump rope and the other jump rope to review. I also want to thank you for tuning in. Again, I understand that I haven't done a jump rope review in a long time. I've had some changes in life that have precluded me from spending as much time as I was spending on the YouTube channel. But I am maneuvering around those changes in my life and trying to accept them and incorporate them and continue to produce videos despite all the changes and all of the roadblocks that I've come across. Thanks very much for your support. Until next time, jump rope to freedom. Peace.